Bam, we're live. What's going on, guys? How we doing? Let me know in the comments. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? First live stream in a little bit of time. How we doing? It's a solo live stream now. I know you guys love me. I know you wanted to... Oh, hello. Look at that. We've just hit $20,000 as we speak. How's everyone doing, guys? Smash up the likes if you're excited for this one. Like I said, it's been a little bit. Let's fucking go. Yeah, we got that hype up in the comments. Throw me a little LFG. Let's fucking go in the comments if you're excited for this one. Just broke above $20,000 for a couple seconds right here. Gonna be giving you guys some live analysis today. Talking you through what I'm seeing here. Yes, we are going to be looking through Ethereum. Look at that. Ethereum is skyrocketing right now, ladies and gents. We're going to be looking at Ethereum against Bitcoin. We're going to be looking at Cardano against Bitcoin. We're going to be looking at the S&P 500, the dollar. It's a big day. It's a big, big day. Guys, if you're here right now watching this live stream, do me a favor, drop an LFG in the comments if you can see me okay, if you can hear me okay. LFG, for those of you who don't know, let's fucking go. Smash up the likes as we're coming in as well. Want to make sure that this is a really nice long live stream today, guys, so please do engage with it right here so we can get this pushed out, because YouTube has absolutely horrible algorithms for this stuff. They don't actually push out these live streams to people who want to watch them, so the more you guys interact with this live stream, the more of you are going to be able to watch this. So anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. Thank you all for tuning in. Guys, look at this. We have ended up getting this move to the upside. I've been very, very vocal about it over the last days and weeks. I was nervous saying it online, and I was telling you guys I'm nervous about saying this online publicly, so open, just putting my balls out on the line here. But we are getting a little bit of a move up now, and obviously this isn't anything special compared to what we've seen here, and here. And I can go on. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separate instances where we've already made moves like this upwards. So, this definitely isn't, something completely out of the ordinary. And I want to get this out of the way. We need to stay grounded here, ladies and gents. That's exactly what you're getting when you watch this YouTube channel. If you're excited for it, do me a favor and smash up those likes as we're coming in here. Like I said, a solo live stream today. Ain't nobody here but me and you. So get your popcorn out. Go get that glass of wine if you're feeling like you want this to be more of a romantic one. And here we go. Look at this. We've got this breakout right here. All right. So Bitcoin was trading in this descending triangle. Is this anything to do with the UK Prime Minister announcement? I highly doubt it. Shout out to Apestronauts with, is that the that's not the South Africa flag, is it? Shout out to Apestronauts saying, I love this guy. I love you right back. I love you right back, mate. Yeah, this descending triangle right here, we've gotten a little bit of a breakout from this as well. We are also seeing some volume, nothing crazy. If we take a look at Coinbase, it's still not absolutely insane, but at least it's something. The last time we saw this kind of volume was when we ended up dumping down. And the dollar, this is the kind of star of the show, in my opinion. It's not even Bitcoin. The dollar has actually dropped down right here. So you guys have heard me talking a lot about this descending triangle formation for the dollar. I told you guys very publicly, the Prime Minister is crypto friendly. He is, but he is central bank digital currency friendly. So I don't know. It's quite against the philosophy of Bitcoin and all that. But the descending triangle right here that I was talking to you guys about, I was telling you I think we're going to break it here. I was wrong. It took a little bit longer, but here we are. We've had this breakout anyway. Now we are down into this range. There is a lot of bad things that can happen to Bitcoin right here. To the dollar right here, now that it has lost this support level, as far as I'm seeing. And the other thing that I do want to bring to your attention now is if I actually just kind of remove this, I want to show you, just that the dollar does seem to be kind of topping out, and now, potentially, really moving towards setting a pattern of lower lows as well. So we have set now one lower high in this market. Previously, it was 2 lower highs when our high was over here, but now it's just one. And actually, if you measure them by candles, even if you measure them by candles, we pretty much had an equal. This was a very clear double top right here, but that doesn't matter. The fact that this low wasn't lower, the fact that this low was not lower than this isn't concerning at all, because what we've had here is a high over here, a lower subsequent high, followed by a double top. Okay, so this was bad. This was definitely bad. One of the cool things that happens, Bjorn in the comments is mentioning that CME hasn't hit $20,000 yet. Interesting observation there. If we take a look at Bitcoin USD on the CME chart, let's take a look at what's going on there. I think this is actually... I don't actually know what I'm looking for here, guys. Yeah, I forgot how to bring up the CME chart. Can someone help me out here? You know, one of the cool things that Bitcoin did do just before reaching up this high was, you see this kind of rally. It started like on the weekend. It started on Sunday, as you can see right at the bottom here. It started on Sunday. So, you know, it was pretty cool that Bitcoin did actually manage to move back down. You see, we made this little rally up. Bitcoin moved back down, filled the gap on the CME chart. Thank you very much, Adam, in the comments for showing me how to get this chart. Take a look at this, right? So Bitcoin on the weekend made this big pump up, so the CME chart opened a little bit higher, you know, and then we actually fell back down to fill this gap, which is absolutely great. Gives us less of an excuse, if you know, if you want to say that, for Bitcoin to drop down again. And yeah, CME is lagging behind a little bit, but I'm not worried about this. This is totally fine. I do like what I'm seeing on this chart. This is looking like pretty decent organic price action, right? We know why this is happening. If you've been subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're going to know about this very, very well. Shout out to those of you who are subscribed coming into this live stream today, tuning in. Shout out to those of you that are waiting before this live stream even began. Thank you all so much for smashing up those likes as you are coming in. Like I said, YouTube's content delivery system is fucking horrible, and the more you engage with these videos, the more these get pushed out, and the more these get pushed out, the longer I'm going to be here, guys. That's the deal here. That's my promise to you. So you know, I've got all night. I'm a free man. I can be here for 2 hours. That's what I like to stream for, but I can be here for 5, 6, 7, whatever we need. So here we are, $20,000 Bitcoin right now. Like I said, we know why this is happening. This is because of those rumors that were going around with the Fed. If we take a look at the Fed basis points, oh, this is, yeah, right here. You know, we've been seeing headlines like this constantly. Just kind of rumors is how it started out. You know, that the Fed was raising interest rates by 75 basis points continuously, which means 0.75%. But there is some expectation for that to not necessarily pause. I don't know why they're writing pause, but for it to slow down. You know, perhaps they only raise it by 50 basis points. And the reason that that's a big deal, guys, is because if we are looking at you know, interest rates rising, but Ronnie's in the chat with lotion time. Hell yeah. You know, if we are looking at a situation where you know, interest rate hikes are going to slow down or potentially even stop, you know, that is going to breed a little bit of you know, bullish speculative vibe in the market, so to speak, which is definitely quite exciting, guys. You know, I was already prepared for this in VIP. I had VIPs informed about how I'd like to trade this. I actually bought Bitcoin like down here a couple days ago. That was pretty spectacularly timed. I don't have the post for that right now. Guys, if anyone from my team is watching this live stream right now, can you just give me the screenshot to that post I made in VIP? I don't want to make the screenshot while I'm live, but if anyone from my team is watching, just send that over to me somewhere on Telegram. Send it on Telegram and I'll pull it up. But yeah, this does look pretty damn nice. Bought some Bitcoin a little bit lower. I'm also in a long position right now, so I might be checking that throughout this video. I'm curious to see, where is that long position right now. Bear with. Just entered the long position earlier today. You guys know the deal. Every single trade that I make goes inside of VIP, where I tell everybody about what I'm doing. And for some reason, it's not opening up. No fucking way. No fucking way. Okay, I think my order cancelled. Anyway, I'm going to check that later. I'm not going to be raging on stream. Let's move on. Wow. Okay, boat might be leaving without me. The post was definitely shared in VIP, but I think... okay, that's not a screenshot. I just need a screenshot if you can send it over. Yeah, the post is definitely in VIP, but I think my order got cancelled before I entered. Anyway, let's carry on with the live stream right here. $20,150. We are pumping up. The key area of resistance that I said I'm going to be looking at for a start is going to be 20,200 or 20,300. So that is what I'm going to be keeping an eye on for just at the minute. You know, if we are able to get up here, it's going to be interesting to see if we find resistance. We have been finding resistance here for the last little bit, so this is something that I'm going to be watching. Any opinion on GPTC? Not yet, but I can take a look at that a little bit later. But yeah, 20,002, 20,300, these are the kind of price levels that I'm looking at, and it also lines up with some of the resistance levels that that we've got from like the Ichimoku cloud and stuff like that, right? So if I show you this on the daily time frame, take a look at this. Oh, my bad, it doesn't. The resistance is a little bit higher actually. The resistance starts at about 21.1. So I think we're fine for now. There's not like a huge amount of resistance then. Daily EMA resistance, take a look at that. We've actually just pumped above it. So this is something that I was talking about, in I think just in the last video, I was showing you guys that we've really been kind of gravitating towards the resistance area on this EMA ribbon right here. And that is something which I do want to, kind of bring to your attention, because if we are looking at a situation where we're just kind of stuck to the top, we could be potentially ready to break out, and that is a sign that this area of resistance isn't actually being used as resistance here, which is great. I mean, if we're not using resistance as resistance, then we may end up kind of just pumping up above it, which is basically what I was saying the other day. So it's nice to see that that started to happen, and the fact that it's all happening, after we've been in, kind of consolidation for a little bit, I think is a pretty big deal. The market hasn't really made any moves for about 36 days right here, and that to me means that if we're now getting a significant breakout, we're breaking out of a descending triangle, we're breaking out of EMA resistance, which, guys, EMA resistance has held this market down for a long time. There was an anomaly right here, but ever since basically here, where we basically nearly came up to this resistance and then fell back down, we were looking at, just constantly being under this EMA ribbon now for 60 days. So this is what kind of makes these breakouts significant, in my opinion, is just the fact that these breakouts are coming after quite a long time of not so interesting, not so fun stuff happening for a while. Like I said, sentiment has been flatlining for a long time. I'm going to be watching this very carefully to see how it updates within these next 6 to 7 hours. I'm live streaming at a slightly earlier time than usual, by the way. If this is something that you find useful, can you guys just let me know in the comments? And as we're going along, feel free to drop your questions in there as well. I won't answer all the questions right now, but when I do open it up to questions, I promise I'll go through absolutely every single one of them. That is my promise to you guys on these live streams. So Bitcoin now, kind of getting this breakout. It's the first move in a little bit. It's the first significant move. I think that that's a really big deal. I think that does paint some really cool things. Now, could we lose this, could we lose these gains that we've made? Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, things could get really, really bad. It could just completely tip over and become a disaster. But at the same time, I don't want to be leaning too harshly on the negatives just now, even though we are still in a bear market because of all the other factors that I've been outlining to you guys. And I think one of the big things is just going to be this fundamental factor right here, where if this does just turn out to be a series of rumors and the rate hikes just continue at 75 basis points, and okay, there's going to be a lot of disappointment here. But at the same time, I don't want to, when these kind of things hit the news, they're generally not false. They generally are true. These governments move slowly, so you can kind of anticipate the moves they make, and that especially like big governments like the United States, the Fed and stuff like that. So that's something which I think is really well worth keeping in mind right here. And one of the other cool things that's been happening right here is with the S&P 500, guys. So by the way, I can see a bunch of you have just tuned in. Guys, do me a favor, smash up those likes as you're coming in here. Again, YouTube's content delivery system is no good. So the more you do that, the more we're going to be able to get subscribers in who actually want to watch this content. So I do really appreciate you if you do just take that second to hit that like button. If you don't want to, you can't be bothered, whatever, it's totally fine. But if you can, that would be amazing. And what we've got with the S&P 500 right here is this high that it set right here. I actually saw this analysis from Crypto Kirby. I can't spell today. Crypto Kirby's YouTube channel right here. Go ahead and follow him. Like I said, he's one of my favorite analysts in the space. He was mentioning that if we manage to rise above this area of resistance, we might be able to rocket up to here. I was actually saying that myself as well. I've been anticipating that the S&P 500 can reach this resistance level right here. Thank you very much. BB Art Design mentioned that you've already hit the like button up. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate that. This resistance area right here, I think, is going to be important for the S&P 500. We originally found resistance here when we were setting all-time highs back in February of 2021. We also found resistance again earlier this year in June, and even support off this level, and again right here. So this is definitely an important level, and the fact that we've now cleared this prior high, means to me that there's not really anything stopping the S&P 500 from getting up here, which is why I think we're seeing such nice gains in the market. The SPX is up by 1%, Bitcoin, corresponding, Bitcoin correspondingly also rising up by 4%. Yep, Bitcoin also rising up by just a little bit, which is what we'd expect. You know, we'd expect Bitcoin to be pumping up harder than the S&P 500, and that trend is actually continuing with Ethereum. So Ethereum is pumping up even harder than Bitcoin. You know, this is the standard. You know, when S&P 500 rises in you know healthy normal conditions, generally we'll see Bitcoin rising even harder. And in those healthy normal conditions, generally we'd see Ethereum rising even harder, and then other altcoins like Cardano rising even harder than that. So that's exactly what we're seeing, guys. Take a look at the S&P. Take a look at Cardano right here. If we zoom right out onto the weekly time frame, we're at quite a critical level right now, guys. This is a very, very important level. We actually fell below this area. It looks to be a fake out now, actually. Let's throw a fib on this. I wonder if there's anything interesting. Oh yeah, we are far below that fib level. Let's see what this fib is saying. Oh, it's actually very hard to draw fibs off this chart right here. Let's see what this fib is saying right here. Yeah, we're below every fib retracement, no matter how you draw it. But the reason that I think this is significant, guys, is if you look at this red line right here, you know, when Cardano fell below this area back in 2018, it was a really, really steep drop in a continued bear market. But right here, you know, and then on the way up, we even found resistance. But now that we're down here again, we actually, we did potentially fake out, and we're just trying to flirt with this line and get back above it. We're not quite above it. No, actually, we are above it right now. We just ticked above it now. You know, so that is pretty cool. You know, if we're able to hold above this level, I think that could be kind of the end for Cardano, at least temporarily, because this is very, what's the word, synonymous with a market bottoming out, you know, where we have a hideous, horrible rally, you know, not even a rally, but, you know, just a straight line just dropping down for a very, very long time. We collapsed below an absolutely key support level. And actually, I think we fell quite a bit below it. It doesn't really look like it, but if we measure this from this line to our low, yeah, we fell down 16% below this area. When do I reckon the pump will cool down? Good question. Let me get to that in just a little bit. You know, 16% drop down right here, I think, which is, you know, fairly significant, and now kind of trying to climb back up. So, you know, the bears are going to be looking to take on short positions right here. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of good reasons to go short. Let's take a look at the daily EMA ribbon. Wait for this to load up. Yeah, there's a lot of heavy resistance right here from the daily EMA ribbon. Let's see what the Ichimoku cloud is saying as well. Resistance not quite here. On the 4 hour, we are in resistance right now. So yeah, there is definitely quite a lot going on. Eric's saying this is called a liquidity grab. Absolutely, yes, sir, it is. I don't know if I would go as far as saying it's a liquidity grab, actually, because first of all, this went very low below the support level, and second of all, it's lasted below the support level now for 14 days, for 2 weeks. So, you know, liquidity grabs, they don't generally take this long. Obviously, it's still a liquidity grab if we get back above it. We can't make that call yet, but you know, it is still a liquidity grab. But, you know, generally they're going to be, you know, pretty sharp moves. You know, a little bit like this, you know, or a little bit like this, or mainly like this. This is more of a liquidity grab right here. They end very quickly, you know, but this hasn't been quick at all. So anyway, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. You know, if you're bearish, this is basically the short of a lifetime. Pardon me, of a lifetime. Because you know, there's unlimited space to drop. There's absolutely no support whatsoever down here. But again, that's exactly what you know, crypto tends to do when it bottoms out. Is, you know, it'll find support at a almost kind of weird level. You know, you would have expected Cardano to find support probably, I would say, at like $1 or something. We'll fall far below it, and then we'll fake out just a little bit, and then potentially recover back up. So there's some really cool trading opportunities here because of that. You know, definitely a lot going on here that you can take advantage of. And guys, I want to highlight Bybit to you, because Bybit is exactly where I'd be trading this market and others. So I mentioned to you that I'm in a trade on Bitcoin. I don't actually know that yet because I have to check my trade account, but I did actually make a post within VIP, actually just like a few hours ago, telling them that I'd be taking up this long position right here. I decided to set some long orders on Bitcoin. This was, I don't know what time it was sent, but it was at 19,800, so a couple $100 lower than where we are right now. It's probably like a 10% profit right now, nothing crazy, but I did fill VIPs in on this trade setup, and that was from today. But what I actually did a few days before is I told VIPs that I've decided to pull the trigger and buy more Bitcoin down here at 19,150. So roughly in about 5% profit right now. It's nothing crazy at all, but it's nice to see because this is a spot buy. So when I'm making spot buys on Bitcoin, I'm moving significant volume. I'm trading with way more than I'm trading on my leverage account, obviously. So this was pretty cool. Both of these updates went straight inside of 4Fly's VIP. If you want to get yourself inside, see exactly what the deal is, we are running a little bit of a discount right now, ladies and gents. Then follow these steps on screen right here, and you can get yourself inside, take advantage of what's going on inside of 4Fly's VIP. It's going to be the first link in the description down below, and then the @4Flies button, and then send message. And like I said, all of these trades I'm making, they're primarily being made on Bybit. So if you want to check them out, if you want to see what the deal is, get your $4,000 bonus, the link to Bybit is going to be right down there in the description down below. So go ahead and take a look at that if that's something that interests you. And BitGet, by the way, is available all over the world. BitGet is available without a VPN, without KYC. So that is very, very useful for most people, for many people as well. So go ahead and take a look at that. They are offering you guys some trading bonuses as well. So very, very cool offers there. But Cardano, like I said, if we are able to get above this, there's also not a whole lot of resistance. I think it could be a pretty easy jump up to like 42 cents, which isn't huge, but it's still, like a, 6-7% move. So that's nice. Let me actually calculate this instead of assuming. 1 second. It's about like whatever, 8-9% move. Someone's saying XRP for the win. XRP doesn't seem to be doing anything, so we'll just ignore the weird guy. And let's actually take a look at let's see. I wanna make sure I've covered everything I need to for Bitcoin just for now. Let's zoom in onto Bitcoin. Let me know if there's any. Thanks for noticing. The XRP guy is happy. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to talk about for Bitcoin. Like I said, Ichimoku resistance. I mean, on the 4 hour, it doesn't really exist. EMA ribbon, of course, doesn't really matter on the 4 hour as well because of that. And we're not even, we're not at resistance on the 1 day yet. I suppose what I should cover right now before I start talking about these indicators again is what might happen if we get above this area. I've said this before, but I'm not really seeing any real resistance for Bitcoin above this area. You can see that a lot of Bitcoin's trading actually fits quite nicely between this resistance level and this support level right here. It fits between these two green lines, and this is just kind of the midpoint, but I can remove that. I think it's fairly safe to say that most of Bitcoin's trading just kind of fits between here. And the next kind of key area for me is going to be from here up to this orange box, which does sit at about 21,600 up to 21,800. So that's what I'm going to be watching to see as far as resistance goes. And that does line up with the daily Ichimoku cloud as well. So that's going to be what I think is important if we manage to get above this 20,200, 20,300. I'm seeing I've seen a few people say stuff like 21.5/22. What is that supposed to mean? Oh, you mean resistance areas? Okay, yeah. So that's basically kind of what I'm looking at. It's a more broad way of saying the same range that I've been looking at. And beyond that, it does get a little bit more messy. But this is where we start to tag the kind of what do you call these? It's not the This is where we tag the range highs basically like up here. If you zoom out, these are basically the range highs up here. So this is what I'm definitely looking at for Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to be too hard for Bitcoin to get there. I said this down here when I sounded absolutely crazy. Probably still sound a little bit crazy right now, but I do think that there's a decent chance that Bitcoin can climb all the way up there. And the reason I'm saying that, guys, is purely because we are in a situation right now in this market where, like I said, we've had the first little breakout for quite a little bit, and because of that, we could be, in a nice setup to, kind of continue this up. And I mean, I'm reading the comments as I'm live right now, and a lot of people are saying, this isn't even the time to go long. And you know what I mean? I love you guys to bits, don't get me wrong, but I'm not trying to agree with people on YouTube. You know what I mean? That's not why I'm here. Same for Twitter and stuff. When I find myself kind of agreeing with everybody, that's not my take. I don't like to be agreeing with people as an analyst or as a trader. And I think that's a really important thing. That's why I decided to set those orders for this long position right here. That's why I decided to buy Bitcoin a couple days ago, all before this stuff even happened. You know, it's because I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable kind of, you know, going against the grain. My own analysis has been telling me that it looks like that might be a good idea, so that's what I did. And VIPs saw how all of that evolved in real time as well. You know, it's one thing for me to tell you that I did these things afterwards, but it's another when you and I both don't know the answer and I'm telling you why I'm taking a risk anyway. It's a really, really powerful group to be in, especially at a time like this. So go ahead and take advantage of it if that's something that you think you would be interested in. Very, very cool indeed. Bringing us back to the charts though, the other key areas that I've been looking at, they're pretty easy. You know, if we are able to get above this resistance area, then I am looking at kind of $28,000 to $30,000 and so on. I think that would be very, very nice indeed. R1 is saying after crash to 14K, yeah, I think that's possible. You know, he's basically saying that, you know, maybe we can get up here, maybe even up here, and then we crash to 14K. That would make a lot of sense. I actually think that's maybe at the moment the most likely thing to happen in this market. You know, we haven't had a relief rally, guys, since I mean, this relief rally formed right here. It was a pretty nice one. It was a 40% move, but you know, we haven't really had anything since then. And this relief rally ended you know, at the end of March, basically like April of this year. So it has been a good kind of 6 months, half a year that we haven't seen anything at all. You know, and so that's why I am saying that, you know, some sort of rally up to like here before then potentially dropping down, it just makes so much sense. It even looks normal. You know, it even looks like something that the chart would do. In fact, I have an idea. Take a look at this, guys. I want to show you this in a slightly different way. What I'm going to do is remove all of these drawings, and actually I just want to get the ghost feed tool, and I always forget where this tool is. Here it is. And I just want to show you what this might look like, right? So if we take this up to, yeah, let's say, oh, this is wrong. It's not the ghost feed tool, my bad. It's the bars pattern tool. If I take this up to here, and I just kind of show you what this might look like. I mean, you know, this is obviously, you know, if Bitcoin did this, it wouldn't look exactly the same, but you know, I think this is a really interesting way to visualize how the market could move. You know, and kind of just mentally prepare ourselves for some of the possibilities that we do have in this market right here. So I don't know, this is hard to show, but yeah, something a little bit like this would definitely make sense. I don't, you know, necessarily think we would have to drop this low or rise this high, but you know, if the market looked like this, I mean, you know, that would just put us in the most obvious, you know, kind of rising wedge pattern ever. It would take a long time. You know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of thing that I think definitely makes a lot of sense for the market. I think a lot of people would struggle to accept that this is happening in the market, which is exactly why, you know, something like this would make a lot of sense as well, you know. So these are things that I'm looking at right now in this market. I can see that, we've already had inquiries for VIP, so if you want to jump inside, guys, just follow these steps on screen so that you can take advantage of what we've got going on as well. Why are people saying it sounds like I'm crying? I'm literally smiling while I say this stuff, but anyway, I think there's a fight in the comments, so yeah, we don't do fights, guys. I'm just gonna block whoever's fighting, so you guys just stop now before we use the ban hammer right here. But anyway, this rising wedge right here, potentially showing us, yeah, I mean, you know, this would make a lot of sense for something that Bitcoin could do, and I think that it's worth paying attention to right now. You know, I think that this is something which would make a lot of sense for Bitcoin. You know, if we are able to see a kind of rise up, and obviously it's too early to call for these things. You know, we're still actually below 20,000, or just kind of fluctuating around 20,000 right now. So I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but I think that they're important ideas to consider, and now it's a lot easier to digest these ideas as well. You know, I was talking about this before, but it was always kind of like, I don't really know, or, I mean, I was giving you guys that impression. I also didn't know myself, obviously, but I think, you know, you guys, when you were hearing me talking about it, you know, it's hard to accept those kind of ideas, but right now, especially considering that we have been looking at you know, some nice kind of rises in this market that, you know, that have just come after this little breakout right here. Yeah, you know, I think it's a little bit easier to look at these ideas now. So let's move over to Ethereum. Ethereum's been moving up really, really nicely. Like I said, Ethereum is up way more than Bitcoin, which is up way more than the S&P 500. So pretty standard procedure right here, guys. Ethereum is crossing an empty range right now. This is basically a liquidity gap. You know, this is one of those ranges where, you know, when we, here we go. I'm about to say what I love to say on this YouTube channel. This is really where, what this YouTube channel is all about, is showing you guys how you can make analysis and trading very easy for yourselves. I was actually at an event earlier today. I've linked to it in my Instagram. Go ahead and follow me down below if you haven't done so already. But what I was talking about in this event, guys, is that, my job as a trader is to make my life as easy as possible, but still make money, right? And one of the ways that I try and do that is I just like to identify, kind of resistance levels like this, and then, look at the gap in between. So quite a nice gap right here. And you can see previously, every time Ethereum kind of rallied through this gap, we would, go all the way up, and on this occasion all the way down, and then all the way up again. On this occasion, all the way down, then all the way up, then all the way down, then all the way up. Look at this. It's constant. It's very, very predictable. On this occasion, we had a fake out and then all the way down again. So it looks like we could be ready to go right to the top of this range, which would place us at, within the $1,500 area. Potentially, we'd go far higher than this. You don't need to draw it like this. You could even just remove this line, and this chart still makes sense. On this occasion, we go all the way up, and this range now we're looking at kind of 1,1700. These moves, they happen pretty quickly. When we break this resistance level, we generally tend to rise up pretty quickly. We tend to fall down pretty quickly when we lose these support areas. Again, fake out here. It's not perfect, obviously, but look at how quick this ends up happening. This is literally within a space of 3-4 days, guys, that we managed to rise up. On this occasion, most of the pump happens in one day. It does take a little bit longer to finally finish and reach this range right here. If you are watching my YouTube channel back here, you're going to remember my predictions were pretty much completely on point, although I didn't predict this little drop right here, but the analysis was completely on point for Ethereum here for the most part, so not completely actually, and we did end up kind of rising up to this level, and then again on the way down it was fairly quick in both directions. Right here, bit of a fake out here, but then right here fairly quick, we nearly get down to this support area again. So I think that these are important things to be keeping in mind, and yeah, Ethereum now potentially on its way up again. So is this going to happen in one day, in 1 hour? Obviously probably not, but are we looking at a setup here nonetheless where this could, we're on Tuesday, guys. This is only the Tuesday. I think S&P 500 and so on have only recently opened for trading. No, they haven't. They've got about 2.5 hours left. So, we've still got a little bit of time left in Tuesday. This is basically a little bit over halfway through today's trading session. And, and we've got the rest of the week ahead of us. Monday opened pretty nicely. Take a look at that. Friday closed well. When Friday has a nice close, and then Monday opens nicely, and then Tuesday's going well. You know what I mean? It just kind of sets the tone for the market. Even if we do see a bit of a retracement, it's really nothing to be super worried about, in my opinion, because, it looks to be that, to me at least, that the sun is shining, right now on this crypto space. I should say on the traditional markets, and that does, put us in some really, really nice positions. So I want to show you this dollar index chart again, because you guys know the deal with this. I've been talking about this quite a bit, guys, on this YouTube channel. Again, if you've been regularly subscribed, you've been engaging with these videos, thank you all so much for doing so. You're going to remember that I've been saying, if the dollar ends up dropping, that probably means good things for speculative markets. So it's no coincidence that today the dollar has dropped by quite a bit. We were definitely expecting this, guys. This was a pretty easy prediction for me. I was very, very confident about it. Burj Khalifa view is giving you some perspective. Hell yeah, Nicholas, right at the top of the world right here. Pretty much at the top of the Burj Khalifa, guys. Very, very nice view. You can't actually, my office isn't particularly well positioned. My living room has a much better view, but that's why I made it my living room. But yeah, it's pretty nice up here. The dollar has ended up kind of seeing a little bit of a drop down, and there's an interesting chart that I want to actually bring to your attention right here. Let me throw this up on screen for you guys. Take a look at this. The dollar was trading in this pennant right here on the 1 day time frame, and forgive the phone chart. I can show this to you on the laptop as well anyway. But this is another, basically this is a bullish setup that the dollar lost. So let me show what this looks like to you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove this, and I'm going to, I guess we can just remove the descending triangle too now, just for the purposes of this. And I just want to show you what this looks like, because, when the dollar was forming these kind of patterns before, you'd really pay attention to it, anticipating that this could turn into something. But, right now, this does definitely look like, we have we have seen a potential. Oh, I'm sorry, I've just redrawn a new one. There you go. So there's still a little bit of hope for the dollar, ladies and gents. Look at that. Completely drew this wrong. The way this was drawn on the previous chart was like this, right? So we have seen this bearish breakout. And this is the thing, guys, you can keep on drawing things like this all day long, and it'll make sense, right? But the bottom line, how often are you going to keep redrawing things until you just accept that something has been invalidated? And, if this were just purely technically alone, then okay, I can understand why you might be a little bit skeptical about this, but it's not. We have seen this, these rumors going around with the Fed that, yeah, they might not be raising interest rates as quickly as they were before. And, we don't need them, like I said earlier, guys, we don't need them to completely stop raising interest rates. We just need enough of a bullish catalyst to make people feel optimistic about markets so that they start pressing the green button. That's all. Especially with something like Bitcoin, guys, especially with something like Ethereum, Cardano, and so on. These are coins that thrive off hype, guys. Look at Solana right here. These are coins that thrive off hype. Oh, look at that. Cardano's just broken out. Cardano is just broken out. So I said this literally just earlier on in this stream. If we are able to get above this resistance area, then we're looking at kind of like 42 cents, I said. So we're not quite up there yet. 42 cents would be the key level. If we do end up getting a little bit of resistance here, then yeah, potentially, I don't know, revisit this area would make a little bit of sense, get a bounce. But there's a lot of fear of missing out, and that's actually that's what I'm talking about, guys. You only need a little bit of hype for things to really take off. When you're in the crypto space, right? Things don't need to be particularly crazy, for markets to really see a nice little lift off. And I think that's kind of the beauty of things right here. You can see some pretty nice gains in these markets, just because hype carries them forward, which is a good and a bad thing, right? It's a bad thing because obviously you can get swept away in it, and you can suffer some pretty nasty consequences because of that, but it's also a good thing because when things start going, you don't need to be in a macro bullish environment to be in a happy position. You can just have something like today, which can carry you through for a few days, a few weeks of bullish price action, make your money, cash out, and then buy. And that's it. And again, there's an unlimited number of opportunities flying around in the market right now, and you've got to be in the right places to trade them, and also to just have some extra free money to trade these things as well. You might not want to risk your own capital. And you don't have to. Bybit is giving you free money when you sign up using my link down below, up to $4,000, guys. All you got to do is sign up using my link below, make your deposit, and get trading. And with BitGet, guys, same offer right here, but these guys are available to you no matter where you are in the world. So literally any country, any city. You don't even have to be on the planet, actually. As long as you've got a Wi-Fi connection, you can, as long as you're connected to the internet, you can check out BitGet, guys. There's no VPN required no matter where you are. There's no KYC either. They've got great, very high withdrawal limits as well. So guys, go ahead and check them out. I've been using them a little bit as well. Definitely a fan of these guys. Same for Bybit. Working with both of them, obviously. But I wouldn't put my money on an exchange where I don't feel totally safe or confident that these guys are the right places to be putting my funds. That's why you don't see me cycling promotions all the time. I mean, you guys have no idea how many offers we get. But if we pick somebody, if we're using them, then to me that's a really, really big deal. So go ahead and check them out. It helps the channel out as well. And guys, if you are enjoying this live stream so far, like I said, first solo live stream in a little bit of time, do me a favor and throw up the likes on this YouTube video. I would really, really appreciate that. We are live right now, so if you do have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments as well. I am ready to get through them. If you have any questions, just go ahead and drop them now. A lot of people say BitGet has restrictions. It doesn't. I've reconfirmed this multiple times. It doesn't. I don't know where you guys are getting this information from. If you go on the website, you'll see this. But yeah, if you are enjoying this, just do me that favor, smash up likes. We're actually doing pretty well, guys. There's 450 viewers, and we're already up to 200 likes, which is a very, very impressive ratio. So thank you all very, very much for doing so. If you do have questions, now's the time to drop them in the comments, and also just make sure that you write my name. Okay, so when you type your question in, just write the @ symbol and type in my name, Sammy Loyal. It will autofill to give you my name, and then you're ready to get started. So go ahead and check that out. Crypto Man saying it pops up in a restricted area. Just if that happens, I've tried it, but if it happens, just message me and I'll take a look for you. I'll see what I can do. All right, so let's okay, we've got quite a few questions. Okay, that was quick. Thoughts on XRP, sub 30-cent levels to buy. So you guys know my thoughts on XRP. I think this is a total shit coin. Obviously the shittiest of the shittest. The shittiest of the shittiest even. Really, really a horrible coin. I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts. It's actually performing pretty badly. It's not even like up against Bitcoin right now. So XRP definitely a loser right now. XRP, it moves in its own way. You know, XRP will move when it wants to, and when it wants to, it will move very, very big. You know, to the upside or the downside. If things are really actually going to be bullish now, then yeah, we're probably looking at some really nice price action for XRP, but nothing right now. You know, if you hold it, then cool. If not, good for you. That's even better. You know, but yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot to say on this front. Guys, look at Cardano against Bitcoin. Honestly, this is what you want to be focusing on, right? Because Bitcoin is probably, you know, if you think Bitcoin's going to be bullish, then yeah, we might be seeing some rises for Bitcoin right here, but you know, it's going to be these kind of things, the Bitcoin pairings that you really want to keep an eye on, because if Bitcoin is rising and your Bitcoin holdings are going up, you're basically making money twice. So that's really, really cool. We do have this heavy area of resistance for Cardano, literally just like 10% higher than where we are right now. Not even 10% higher, like more like 5% higher than where we are right now. So once we hit this area, that could definitely mark a short-term end for this little bullish rally. It might not be that we actually kind of get sent down. It could just be that, you know, we kind of consolidate sideways for a little bit and then continue to move up. So that is something which I think is important to keep in mind. I wonder why this is happening. It doesn't really matter what the headlines say, but I'm just curious. Yeah, nothing particularly crazy going on. Also, I just want to see what the longs are looking like right now. They have been weighted in the favor of the market dropping for a little bit, but that hasn't seemed to matter. That's kind of why I stopped talking about it. We are majority long on pretty much every exchange right here. So, yeah, that is something to mention. Had a few questions to take a look at Matic. I don't want to focus too much on altcoins. It looks like that's the direction we're going in, but if you have things specifically you want me to talk about with regards to Bitcoin, then do let me know. I am going to try and stick to Bitcoin more than these altcoins, but anyway, let's take a look at Matic because I am curious. Something very, very cool that I have noticed right here is, first of all, yeah, this area of resistance up a little bit, you know, ahead of us. This is about 10% away. It stretches all the way up to 30% above us. That's not what's interesting though. What's interesting to me is going to be this parallel channel right here. So it looks like we've seen a real breakout from this parallel channel for Matic right here. We not only saw a breakout, guys, this is what's really cool. Not only did we see a breakout, but we came back down for a back test, and now we're rallying up. So this is looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any reason that Matic should stop. There's probably, I mean, there's a little bit of like local resistance right here. You know, we could definitely set a double top right here. This is where Matic topped out previously, and, you know, it was finding a fair bit of resistance right here. So we're basically at the same price level right now. That could definitely, you know, see, give us a little bit of a drop down. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, then, you know, the kind of support levels I'd be looking at would, yeah, I mean, I would have to say that, yeah, we'd probably be looking at this blue line again. But, you know, right now it does look like a fairly nice, easy ride up here. And again, you know, like I said, it's the same for Cardano against Bitcoin. It could see a bit of a pullback and then maybe resume the uptrend. It could just kind of stop, you know, trade sideways a little bit, maybe trade sideways under this resistance level and then break into it. You know, maybe even get in and then, you know, whatever, trade sideways here. I don't know, but I certainly think that, you know, we could at least be looking at a rise up there. And let's see if there's actually like any, you know, kind of resistance here as well. So looking at the daily Ichimoku cloud right here, look at that. We actually had a really nice big green cloud right here. Matic's chart looks pretty healthy, guys. Matic's chart does look pretty damn healthy right now. On the 4-hour time frame, yeah, it doesn't matter actually. Let's see what the EMAs are saying, the only two indicators that you guys know I pay attention to. We've got no spread on the daily EMA ribbon, so that's nothing of value to me. And on the weekly, we've got huge resistance right here. And guys, this was actually really. Can I play MM Crypto's latest video? No, sir. I would get copyright striked for that. But yeah, this is definitely some heavy resistance for Matic, especially in my opinion, considering how we've pretty consistently, when we've come close to or inside this EMA ribbon, we've pretty consistently found support, and not small support. I mean, these are bounces that actually took the market up very high. On this occasion right here, from the surface of the EMA ribbon to the high, that was a 100% rally, absolutely bloody crazy. On this occasion, for its first leg, it was 82% up, and then right here it was 130% up. So big moves for Matic coming off this EMA ribbon. Definitely a force to be reckoned with when we have a spread, which we kind of do right now. But guys, here's the good news. If you were subscribed to this YouTube channel already, this is going to sound very familiar to you, but we have just kind of been floating around this resistance area for quite a little bit now, and this resistance area ends right when our next resistance area begins. Anyway, I'm not too worried about that right now. What I am quite curious about is the fact that we haven't really seen a rejection from this EMA ribbon on any significant scale, right? From this high to this low right here, that's a 30% drop, or to our absolute low, that's about a 35% drop, which is definitely substantial. But when you look at the kind of magnitude that this, not magnitude, when you look at the kind of strength that this EMA ribbon has given the market previously on the bullish side, I don't think that's reflecting on the bearish side. I think we're not actually responding to this EMA ribbon pretty, too badly. So what I'm actually seeing is that it's potentially a little bit similar to what was going on with Bitcoin, where Bitcoin on its daily EMA ribbon wasn't really finding a whole lot of resistance lately. It's exactly what I was saying in one of the, literally just the last video. So again, those of you who have been watching these videos regularly, you're gonna know all about this. I was saying, dude, stop saying the same comments. So those of you that have said stuff like this, what am I saying? My bad. Those of you who heard me saying stuff like this, you're going to remember that, I basically said if we're just kind of hanging around a resistance area, but the resistance area isn't actually causing problems for the chart, well, then to me, that might mean that we're just not finding resistance where we should be finding resistance. And if we're not finding resistance, that is a sign of strength. It's basically an absence of weakness, and in an absence of weakness, you might have a show of strength. So that is something which I think is well worth paying attention to right now in this market. So there you go, guys. That's kind of Matic right there. I'm actually pretty happy with what I've seen with Matic right now. I do think that this is a pretty damn cool opportunity in the market right now with Matic. So go ahead and check that out if it's something you're interested in. They're actually available to, it's actually available to trade Matic right here on Bybit as well. So pretty sure it's available on BitGet as well. Let me just double check this. I'm curious. I know that they have a pretty good offering of, oh man, this is a lot of coins. I know that they have a pretty wide offering of coins available to trade on BitGet as well. Yeah, they've both got Matic here. So like I said, guys, Bybit is the one that I'm usually using, but BitGet is available to everyone all over the world, regardless of where you are in the world, without a VPN, without KYC. And I've actually just put a comment here for this page on BitGet. So if you want to go ahead and take a look, you can get yourself signed up right here if it's something you're interested in. But let's see what other questions we have right now in the comment section. If you have other things that you want me to go through, go ahead and let me know. Do I subscribe to any on-chain data analytics? Yes, I do. I do have Glassnode. I saw your earlier comment. I think on-chain data analysis is absolutely amazing. I think it's a whole other dimension that we can give ourselves, and it is actually one of the things that I've been talking to you guys about quite a lot over these last weeks on this YouTube channel, because I think that on-chain analysis is almost like a secret weapon. It's a different dimension. It's basically, for those of you that don't know, it's analyzing Bitcoin. Well, yeah, obviously, but Bitcoins that are moving around as transactions, because you should know this by now, but one of the cool things about Bitcoin is you can see everything. You can see every single Bitcoin transaction, where Bitcoins was sent, how many Bitcoins, from who to who, when it was sent. You can see all the history of every address. Everything is public. That's one of the key points about Bitcoin, and that makes it very useful as a other dimension to to trading. You know, especially in Bitcoin, something very, very cool that we just don't have available everywhere else. Okay, so guys, if you have other coins that you want me, can you buy spot on BitK? Yeah, of course you can. Actually, let me double check that. You should be. Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can 100%. So if that is something that what am I even talking about? My bad. I'm in between like three different things. I'm reading different comments. But if you have any other questions, guys, let me know. Right now, I'm gonna stop being distracted. I'm in between like so many different things right now. Just gonna focus on your questions. So if you have any more, please do drop them in. Ethereum next target. Let's take a look at that. Good question here from Deepak. I actually already covered this. You know, Ethereum for me, I'm gonna see like kind of 1600 right now. I don't really see anything stopping Ethereum. It's a little bit more fuzzy for Bitcoin, but you know, if Ethereum is going to be rising up to 1600, then it's, you know, fairly likely that Bitcoin is going to do something pretty cool as well. So you know, that is also something which I'm going to be keeping an eye on just as we go on right here. Yeah, fairly straightforward for me for that Ethereum target. I haven't actually seen the resistance areas on Ethereum. Let's look at the Ichimoku cloud. Yeah, got a green Kumo right here. That's going to help Ethereum a lot. So that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything on the EMA, but let's see it anyway. Yeah, we've basically, it looks the same as Bitcoin, just a little bit better. So standard, nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy. Randy, welcome to the live stream. Why did it blow up? Yeah, I mean, just if you're curious about what's going on, guys, just rewind this live stream. This is a live stream. I'm not going to try and, you know, I'm not going to repeat everything, you know, for the sake of the people that were here at the beginning. But yeah, just go ahead and rewind. But in short, you know, I think that this is basically what we've been talking about over the last few videos on this YouTube channel. You know, things like the Federal Reserve potentially slowing down interest rate hikes and so on like that. You know, those are pretty nice bullish signs in the market that seems to be gripping the market pretty well right now. What do I think about Solana? You know, no opinions really. Same as the rest of the coins. Don't care, but, you know, something to trade. Solana hasn't broken its daily EMA ribbon yet, so you know, that's something to keep an eye on. You know, I think if it does, which, you know, it's not far away from doing, it could be ready for a pretty nice rise up right here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, a little bit of resistance right here at like $34. It looks similar to Cardano, just a little bit worse, which is funny because, you know, one might argue that that's what it is as well, you know, from a technical perspective. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not a whole lot I can say about this chart. It doesn't actually look that good. It's under a lot of resistance right now. You know, like Cardano has actually managed to get above those resistance areas that it has, right? So, you know, from that perspective, I think it's definitely looking a little bit better. It does have a lot of resistance as well, but, you know, just the fact that it got above this red line, I think is a really, really big deal. You know, I mean, from its low, I'm guessing it's rallied up by like 20% now. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, a little bit more. It's rallied up by like 23%. Let's see what Solana has done in comparison. Yeah, it's not going to be this much, is it? Not even close. From low to high, yeah, actually it's fairly close. It's about 19%. So, you know, still, you know, quite a nice gain, to say the least. Let's see what else we've got here in the comments. Canada here, watch you all the time, this time at work, so please don't tell anyone. You got it, mate. I won't be telling anybody. This is work, man. There's a new moon today. Yeah, I heard there was like an eclipse or something, so the astrology girls here are going to be going crazy. Shout out to you. Yeah, obviously, I don't think that has anything to do with this at all. Well, it might. I don't know. Maybe it affects people's energies. But anyway, did you miss seeing my house tour? No, sir. I've never done a house tour. Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing with the S&P 500, though, guys. This is really, really nice. And like I showed you with the dollar as well, you know, I think this is a big deal, right? I mean, this could have turned out to be a really bullish thing for the dollar, you know, and the fact that it hasn't just to me shows that the dollar has choked on an opportunity that actually could have been, you know, very bullish for it. And again, you know, what that means for speculative markets is where these, you know, kind of discussions do potentially start getting a little bit more exciting. I'm going to stop answering, you know, what's your opinion questions. But if you have like any real questions about, you know, particular markets or so on, things that you want me to analyze, then please go ahead and drop them now, and I just want to redraw this descending triangle. I don't really need to, but what I definitely want to redraw is the support level that we collapsed below. So that's going to be right here, and this resistance level. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Yeah, and the key level to break is going to be right here. You know, if we're able to get below this area here, then we're definitely you know, in a downtrend. You know, so far we have seen lower highs. You know, so what I am looking to see is potentially now lower lows to indicate to me that this market truly is in at least a short-term downtrend. Now, obviously, you know, we can fall down here, and it, you know, I mean, it could just form a much larger kind of, you know, bullish falling wedge, you know, something that looks a little bit like this, you know. So this is something that I'm preparing myself for, because that would make a lot of sense. But I don't know. I don't, you know, like I said, you can pick apart at anything. It doesn't mean it's a good idea to do so. Is the S&P 500 facing heavy resistance right now? I really don't think so, man. I mean, like I was saying earlier on in this live stream, you know, I mean, it's definitely facing some resistance here. That's, you know, why it stopped. But to me, the main area is going to be up towards kind of 3,900, 4,000. And then beyond that, I'm looking at kind of 4,100 as well. I think actually 4,100 is a really nice level for the S&P 500 to return to. And actually, I think what I want to do right here is throw a reverse Fibonacci on this, and see just how high it can retrace to the upside. So let's take a look at this. We've already passed the 382 level. We've got the 0.5 up here. 786 is all the way up here. So nothing crazy going on with the Fibonacci's right now, but definitely still something worth paying attention to. I also just want to see what this Fibonacci looks like if we draw this from the very top to where we are now. 382 level lines up pretty nicely with this green box. 618 level lines up nicely with the $4,300 point, I guess, area. Yeah, 0.5. I mean, this is a good fib, you know. So these are key levels to be watching for sure. Each of these kind of colored boxes right here. This one here stretching from 3,900 up to about 4,000. This one here from about 4,100 to, yeah, basically kind of 4,200. And then again at 4,300. I mean, these are pretty tight ranges, you know. So that's why I'm bunching these together pretty close. You know, it's not like Bitcoin. No way this dollar parabola stops before winter. GBP and euro are surely going to bleed whilst energy prices skyrocket. No? Yeah, Nicholas, that does make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't want to comment too much about that because I'm not an economist and I haven't been keeping up with all of the energy crisis stuff in the news, so I don't know how much I can talk about that. But let's take a look at the pound against the dollar anyway. You know, it seems like there is some, you know, quite healthy reception from what's been going on in the UK. Right here, we have seen a nice little move up right now. The pound is facing some resistance against the dollar at the moment. It's very hard to find price history here. Actually, no, it's impossible to find price history here because we've literally never traded down here before. But, you know, this was a key level that the pound bounced off way back in March of 2020. This is when the coronavirus market crash happened. You know, so this is definitely a very important level. I think that if the pound is able to climb above kind of $1.14, if we're able to get above, you know, to $1.16 per pound, you know, we could be looking at a really nice rally up to this key area, which is $1.20 per Great British pound. You know, so I think that the pound is also in a pretty good position right now. It looks like your standard kind of, it looks like a very, very standard. Let me show you. You know, you get your V-shaped correction right here. You know, you drop down, you rise up pretty sharply as well, and then you start immediately going into bullish pattern formations, right? So in this case, you know, I think we are potentially looking at a, you know, pretty obvious kind of ascending triangle pattern, right? Something a little bit like this, you know, potentially a target up there. Let's actually measure what this target might be. Let me draw this properly so we can get a really nice target for this. Yeah, and I mean, this is, I don't want to act like I have all the answers here. This is, you know, some pretty rough analysis, but if we are going to, you know, kind of break up, this does give us a target up at about $1.22, $1.21, you know, to see the pound rise up. If we do get a breakout, you probably bring this line down a little bit, and let's see how that changes this, because I think that this is also a fairly nice way to draw this line. And that does put us, yeah, basically, again, just right at the top, slightly above this resistance area that I was looking at. So I think, you know, $1.20 makes a lot of sense for the pound. And for the euro, let's take a look at what's been going on with the euro. Wow, these spam bots, they're dedicated. Anyway, we're banning them pretty quickly. Let's see what we've got here for the euro. Yeah, it's basically at a wow. It's at a pretty important level. Yeah, we've seen some key reversals here back in 1980. Wow, back in 1980, that was like a long time before I was born. 89 again. Nothing really since the very, very early 2000s. So there's not a whole lot of price history around this area, but it does look somewhat similar to me. I mean, I'm not seeing any real resistance for the euro until kind of getting back up to $1.04, $1.05. So that is something that I'm going to be looking at if we do end up seeing more signs of weakness with the dollar. So those are a few of the things that I am watching right now. ETH looks really mind-blowing right now. Let's see if Ethereum changed at all. It looks like it's just kind of inching higher a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Let's zoom in a little bit onto the 5-minute. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I mean, we got a nice rise up, pulled back a little bit, traded sideways, and now we're going for a second leg. So pretty healthy price action for sure. I'm not going to stay zoomed in. I don't want to analyze this too closely, but it definitely doesn't look too bad to me whatsoever. Guys, thank you all so much, by the way, for tuning in and making sure you've smashed up those likes. We have been live now for just about 1 hour now, so I really do appreciate that. If you do have any other questions, please do let me know by dropping them down here. Would really, really appreciate that. If you are getting, by the way, a pop-up on BitGet saying that something is restricted, you can ignore that. You can trade. You can still use BitGet completely fine. So don't worry about that. And the link to BitGet is in the description. So like I said, guys, I'm using both Bybit and BitGet, but BitGet is one of those exchanges that's available all over the world. Again, no VPN, no KYC required. They actually made me this page, which I was struggling to get the link up for right here. So you can sign up on this page. I've actually just gone ahead and put this in the comment section of today's live stream, and you're also going to see it updated in it's already updated in the description. So if you go in the description, you're going to find this link right here. You've got this beautiful picture of me reading my book right here. This was taken in Los Angeles. Very, very cool. This is super easy to claim, guys. Look at how easy it is. Literally just 3 steps. I showed you guys how to do this on Bybit, which is pretty much an identical process, and it took like 3 minutes. So, and that's including signing up. So, go ahead and check this out, guys. You're getting big bonuses with both of these exchanges. These exchanges are giving you money for free, so you can trade with that money. You can do whatever you like with it, and then withdraw your profits as well. So it's really, really cool to be able to have these opportunities. Do I think this is a proper pump and not a fake out? Dude, you gotta rewind this live stream, because that's pretty much the whole subject of this live stream. Nicholas, thank you very much for your consistent and solid advice. I don't give advice. We'll always continue to refer people to you for that. Thank you so much, dude. I really do appreciate that, though. But yeah, obviously, you know the deal here. You know the deal. I'm not going to bore you with the speech. But actually, let me see. Have I still got my disclaimer? I used to have a really cool disclaimer. Bam, right there. Let me put that right here. Nothing I share or have ever shared. You know what, guys? I think it was one of my staff members who's watching right now. He told me to remove this because I wrote down here. Where is it? Down. Yeah, you can't see my cursor, but it says "Don't be an idiot" on the bottom. Where is it? Let me get my finger right there. He's like, "You got to remove this," but I don't know. I think it's funny. Don't be an idiot, right? Don't be an idiot. I'm not a financial advisor. You know that. I shouldn't have to say that. Wisen the fuck up, ladies and gents. You know what I mean? If anyone's taking it that way, obviously that's not the case. I don't know. Maybe I should be more professional. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Difference in your style versus Crypto Kirby, since I know you said you learned from him. I don't know, man. I think I'm just, I'm younger than him, but I'm quite similar. What happens when you're younger than a really good analyst? You're probably just a little bit more aggressive, right? I think that's me. I was Crypto Kirby has been giving pretty much the same analysis I was giving. I was saying these things a little bit earlier than him, so that's because I'm more aggressive, but that also means I get things wrong more often than him. So I think that's pretty much it. What I really like is that my analysis, without watching him, my analysis and Crypto Kirby and Tone Vase, we've all been giving the same analysis recently. So like in the last couple of days. And like I said, I wasn't watching them. And then, I would make my analysis first and then I'd watch them and be like, oh shit, we're all in agreement. So I think that's really cool. Tone Vase, I know Crypto Kirby has also learnt from Tone Vase. I don't know if the other way around is true, but these are both two amazing guys. I was hanging out with Tone today. Such a cool guy. I was at his workshops back in 2018 in Amsterdam, learning from him when I was 17 years old, and now I get to drive him around, and like go to events and speak with him on panels. It's so cool. I'm actually gonna be with him in Bali, bam, right here. If you want to go ahead and check it out, for some reason this page hasn't loaded up properly. It is the Financial Summit, spelt like this, .com. There's no 2022, just the Financial Summit. Can you see the URL? No, you can't. But yeah, it's just thefinancialsummit.com. Go ahead and check it out, guys. If you want to tune in, if you want to be there, this is literally like next week. And I'm going to be there. There's a bunch of cool people coming. Unfortunately, Willy Woo is out. But yeah, there's a bunch of very, very cool people coming. You're getting a lavish vacation out of this, for the price that you pay for entry. But you're getting it with, some pretty switched on traders. So it's a cool time. I went to the last one in Dubai, really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I missed the one in Dominican Republic, but yeah, I'm excited to be there, guys. And if you want to get yourself inside, to go ahead and take advantage of it. Seeing some really, really nice kind of price action right here. I'm really enjoying seeing this right here, very much so. My bad, not advice, analysis. Yeah, there you go, Nicholas. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Guys, look at Ethereum, though. Look at Ethereum against Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. Let's zoom out a little bit. Look at this huge, huge move up. Resistance right here. Keep an eye on this. Resistance at kind of like 0.077, 0.076. We're pretty close to it now. Ethereum is getting against Bitcoin pretty hard. This is where things get really, really exciting, in my opinion. So this is definitely something that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Blizzard's asking, how often do I stream? Pretty much whenever you guys want me to, and when I know I have a good stable connection and this beautiful microphone. My God, doesn't it make me sound good? Nah, just kidding. I sound like this in real life too. I do. Yeah, so basically, yeah, when I can and when you guys want me to, but also the market's pretty hot right now. Like I said, I was telling you guys, I'm expecting this market to heat up a little bit. It definitely looks like it has done so. So now is a good time to stream, especially like the market is moving right now. As I was speaking, I was giving predictions on Cardano earlier on today in this live stream, and they've kind of been coming closer and closer to happening. So the ideal situation is I just be live when every single move happens, but obviously that's not, feasible on a practical level, because I have a life and you have a life. So it makes it hard to be live 24/7. But guys, if you appreciate it nonetheless, do me a favor and smash up those likes. Look at this ratio. We got 400 viewers, which is horrible, by the way, for this channel size. Like YouTube is just not pushing this out at all. But 250 likes. So thank you all so much for even doing that. I do really, really appreciate those of you who have done so. And again, if you haven't, you don't want to, can't be bothered, whatever, totally fine. Double check that you are subscribed, guys. A lot of you are watching these videos, but you're not subscribed, which means you're going to be missing stuff. This is a bad time to be missing stuff from this YouTube channel. And also just make sure that you have got that bell icon checked. Like I said, I've posted a couple trades into VIP. This one right here a couple hours ago, in a profit right now. And this trade that I told VIP members, this was more of an investment move that I told VIPs about a couple days back. Both of these moves I warned about on YouTube, but like I said, this is a VIP group, right? I didn't speak about it publicly yet until, basically right now. All of this went inside of VIP. There's a lot more to this. These are just basic screenshots, but there was a lot more kind of surrounding these posts, that enabled VIPs to really see exactly what I was doing, why I was doing it, when I was doing it, and even where, so some really, really crucial details in there. And that's just one aspect of VIP, guys. You're getting the whole VIP library. Most members are getting the Fourth Eyes Academy courses for free as well. So huge value offers right there. All you got to do to get inside with your discount today is follow the first link in the description down below. This process, I know it's cumbersome. Well, it looks like it, but it's not. This is going to put you in a direct chat with me. So, if that sounds like something cool, follow the first link in the description down below. Or, by the way, the second link cuts out the first 2 steps. The second link takes you straight here. All you have to do is send me a message. But otherwise, click on each of these red boxes, send me a message, and bam, you're going to be in. I'll send you the information and you can get yourself inside here. Like I said, direct chat with me, and if I can't answer, one of my assistants will. So there you go. Guys, I want to take some more questions and then look to potentially head off. I really, really want you guys to take advantage of these offers if it's something that appeals to you. With Bybit and BitGet, by the way, they're not going to be offering these things forever. And I really fucking hate when people ask me if these offers are still available after I've been talking about them constantly when the offers are gone. So take advantage of it now if you haven't done so already. There's, like I said, look right here. Deposit $4,000, a little bit more, and trade a little bit, and you'll get $400 for free. This is actually very easy to get compared to what other exchanges are offering to get a free $400, and you can do whatever you like. You can YOLO that 400. You can slap 100 times leverage on it. Any profits you make are yours. If you make a loss, it doesn't matter because that money was given to you for free anyway. Bybit offering you the same thing, but their bonus is going up to $4,000. So check them both out for sure. And like I said, BitGet totally available all over the world. Again, those of you that are getting like a restricted pop-up, don't worry about it. You can still use it totally fine and normally. No VPNs, no KYC anywhere on the planet, anywhere in the universe. Like I said, all you need is the internet. All you need is the internet to access it. All right, let's see what other questions we've got here, and then I'll probably look to wrap this one up. As soon as people say they miss out, the FOMO starts very fast. Yeah, and some people have already been saying that. Like I saw a comment saying, "I wish I had a chance to buy Bitcoin at $12,000." You know what I mean? Like that. That's exactly the kind of sentiment that you want to see. We're not getting much of it right now, but I think that's going to keep happening if we do end up going a little bit higher. Yo, shout out to Mo XBT in the comments, guys. I want to show you a channel right now. Do me a favor, show this guy some love. This guy is a better trader and analyst than me. So I'm very quick to point these out to you when I see them because, I appreciate watching them and I want you guys to check them out too. Type in MoXBT like I've done right here and check out his YouTube channel. He's just started out. He's just upgraded his microphone. He is a really, really cool guy. He has a different style of making YouTube videos to me, slightly different style, but he knows his shit. I'm hanging out with him like every day out here in Dubai. Really, really cool guy. He's at 1.3K. Let's just see what you can do, guys. Let's just see what you can do. If you like my content, you're going to love his content. And I'm going to get him on this YouTube channel very soon as well. So probably this week, he's going to be on this YouTube channel giving you guys his analysis. Him and I have been talking about it a lot, about getting him on and his YouTube channel. He is a really, really good analysis. Mo predicted today's move. Yes, he did. Mo did predict today's move. Him and I have been talking about this market behind the scenes for these past couple of days. We've both been bullish on this market. He has different reasons for being bullish, some similar reasons as well, but also some different. So go ahead and check out what he is talking about. I think he's really very, very important to be watching in this market right now. So go show him some love, and yeah, you're gonna hear from him anyway. Look at that, we've already pumped up his subscribers a little bit. Nothing crazy, but thank you all for doing that. He's a humble guy. He says he's not a better trader, but he is. He is. Always happy to check out an initial YouTuber offering. Yeah, here we go. This guy's fresh on the scene. And it's not often that I speak to someone and I'm like, listen, bro, you need to get on YouTube. But I've been saying this to Mo because he really knows what he's doing. Well, maybe he should have been kept a secret. But he really knows what he's doing, and yeah, I think he can really educate a lot of, not even educate, but like red pill a lot of people that really need it. So let's see what else we've got here in the comments as we come in, as we go on with this live stream. In my opinion, is this just a dead cat bounce or is the bottom already in? Okay, so about this being a dead cat bounce, I've already kind of talked about this throughout the whole live stream, so I'm going to ignore the first part of your question, but because it's a very, like, I know the question is simple, but the answer is not, and so you need to just kind of listen through to the whole live stream. But is the bottom already in? That's a question which I think is a little bit easier to answer. And actually, So I was talking about this. I was up on a panel with Tone Vase. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, and one of the things that I was talking about is actually I didn't say this on the panel. I said this on the pre-interview before that panel. Is that for me, in my opinion, for Bitcoin to really kind of rise up and not drop again and not sweep its lows, we're going to need a better, wider economic climate, right? And I gave a really, really good example, which I'm going to tell you guys right now, which is that in the crypto market, generally, what we'll see in like a broader scope is that Bitcoin will pump first, then Ethereum will pump, then altcoins will pump, and then your microcaps, your shitcoins, your NFT projects, whatever, the really shitty, stupid stuff will pump last, right? That's generally the kind of Bitcoin, Ethereum, other altcoins, the bigger ones, Solana, Cardano, whatever, and then your really shit projects, Everything Ethereum and below, in my opinion, is shit. But this is where it gets like absolutely degenerate. This is like everyone strapping a VR headset to their head, acting like, this is a whole new dimension of innovation that's like right about to take off tomorrow, and stuff like that. And I see it all over the city. You know what I mean? Like the Dubai was like completely infested with it last year. It was so obvious to see in hindsight that this market was ready to top, because it's cities that are like quite heavily invested in crypto. You can just kind of read the environment, right? There are books where people talk about their experience trading on the floor, right? If you don't know what trading on the floor means, this is basically like before degenerates like you and me can just sit at home in our pants, in our underwear, and just trade the markets. You had to be on the trading floor, which is basically, it's a floor. It would be like in the stock exchange or whatever. I don't actually know what it looked like, but it was like all over New York. There were movies on it and stuff, and you can kind of read the environment in the room and then kind of understand what's going on in the market. And what I think is quite cool about being in a city like this is you get that kind of vibe again. Like, yes, we're not in the trading floor, but you can kind of read the sentiment of the city, and then start to understand where the market might be overall. But anyway, what I think is really cool is that we'll get this order of events: Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, absolutely shit projects, and so on. Coming in last, but there's something that comes before Bitcoin, and that's going to be the traditional markets, right? That's going to be your S&P 500, your gold, the traditional stuff. And the reason that I'm saying this, right, is the reason that you see money flowing into Bitcoin first, then Ethereum, and then so on, is first you're going to make money on Bitcoin. You're going to feel good about that. You're going to feel really happy that you've made money on Bitcoin. Smash up the likes, by the way, if you appreciate this kind of face-to-face talk that we're doing right now. You're going to be making your money on Bitcoin, getting really excited, very, very happy that you have it. And then that's going to lead you to feel smart. When you feel smart, you're going to start feeling greedy. And when you feel greedy, beyond the actual feelings of greed, the next thing you're going to want is more money. So you're going to make your money. You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel smart. Then you're going to feel greedy. When you're greedy, you're going to want more money. So you start putting your money in Ethereum. Ethereum starts taking off. You're getting fear of missing out, whatever, all that good stuff happening. The same cycle repeats. This happens fairly quickly, within weeks, days. Then it's altcoins, and then it's your, then it's the final phase. This is the absolute bottom of the bottom, absolute total shit. These things start taking off. But like I said, there's one step before Bitcoin, and that's going to be your traditional markets, right? So I think one of the reasons we saw Bitcoin rising really well over the last decade or so is because, the climate for your traditional assets has been really, really good, very stable, very, very nice and predictable. You're getting your standard 8-10% every year moving up or whatever. And so that's kind of really giving people the feeling to be ready to take on risks. So we go back to your extremely simple question from John Doe. Are we looking at the bottom potentially being in? Are we looking at the wider economic climate, not getting worse anymore? Are we looking at inflation no longer being a problem? Are we looking at, whatever? I mean, every other metric that we would look at for the economy, does it look like that's going to start getting better, or like it's going to keep getting worse? And I think most people would say that it's going to keep getting worse. I don't want to speculate too much on that because it's not really my area of expertise. But yeah, I don't necessarily think that we're in a particularly great place, and so I definitely think that things could, kind of drag a little bit lower in terms of things like, whatever, like the completely lost my train of thought there. I just drew a mind blank actually because I was reading a comment. I really need to get out of that habit. I need to stay focused without reading comments. But yeah, my bad. So, you know, if we start seeing things like the S&P 500 drop, you know, that could mean that yeah, you know, I mean, it could drag Bitcoin down with it, right? So, you know, I think that that's something important to consider. And I don't even speculate on things like that, dude, because it's not really something I can trade. You know, I'm more of a kind of short-term trader. It's quite rare that I make big investment moves like this as well. You know, I generally just kind of have my Bitcoin holdings and don't touch them. This was the first time in a really long time, like maybe the second time in this whole year, that I actually did something really big with my Bitcoin holdings. You know, and of course VIPs find out about absolutely everything I do, but you know, that was something which you know, it isn't like super common for me to do. You know, so I think that's just kind of worth bearing in mind right here as well. Let's see what else we've got here though. So yeah, I mean, how that translates to a bottom for Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, I think it's fairly likely that we sweep the low, but I don't know, it's not really something I want to hold myself to. It's not really something that I want to talk about. It's just not something I think about. It's not something I consider. Mostly agree, but Cardano, I like it. Yeah, most people agree with most of what I say, and then there's like one shit coin that they get upset with my opinion about, you know, but that's fine. I mean, you know, you don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. You know, that's the beautiful thing. You know, I mean, I say these coins are shit coins somewhat as a joke. I mean, for the most part, I just don't care. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I mean, bottom line, we're all just kind of speculating, aren't we? All right, guys, loving the cold hard reality. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to say you're upset either, but other people do. Other people do get upset. Yeah, thank you, dude. Loving the cold hard reality. That's what this YouTube channel is all about. I'm gonna end this live stream on that note. So if you do appreciate that, guys, do me a favor and smash up the likes as well. Double check that you're subscribed. Do all that good stuff. Take advantage of you got it twisted. I'm putting money into Shiba Inu first. Let's take a look at Shiba. Yeah, nothing going on. But yeah, guys, you know the deal. Check out BitGet and Bybit with the links down below if you want to get that free cash. If you want to jump inside VIP, see exactly what's going on behind these closed doors, see what VIP members have already been seeing and what they're going to continue to see as we move along in this market right here, then yeah, follow these steps on screen right here. It's going to be the first link in the description. It's going to look slightly different than this, but always the first link in the description. And then at the bottom of any post inside of 4Flies Gold, this link will take you here. At the bottom of any post, click on @4Flies and then click send message, and that takes you into a direct chat with me, where we can get you inside the group. My god, I'm hungry now. I went to Zor here in Dubai. Shout out to those of you who are Russian here in Dubai. You're gonna know Zor, or Ukrainian, or any ex-Soviet country actually for that matter. You'll all know Zor. I got a lamb thing in takeaway. I was out with Tone and a fucking fly flew out of it, guys. Like, that's never happened. So I was like, okay, I'm peacing out. I'm not eating that. So instead, probably gonna be a shawarma tonight, something like that. Can't go wrong. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed this one. You know what to do if you have. I'll see you all in the very next one. Thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, and I'm out. Bye bye.